The crowd gathered in the dusty square of Willow Creek, their whispers sharp as the desert wind. A line of women stood on the wooden stage, faces hidden behind rough burlap sacks, their futures about to be traded like cattle. Among them stood one woman trembling under the weight of shame the world had forced upon her. Her name was Clara May, a woman the town mocked, shunned and labeled too fat to dance, too ugly to wed. Her father had sold her to settle a debt, and now she stood in the auction block, her dignity draped in rags. Each breath she took felt heavy, each heartbeat echoing the cruel laughter that filled her past. She remembered the little girl she once was, the one who loved to dance barefoot in the rain, who dreamed of a man who'd look past her size and see her soul. But dreams like that had no place in a world built on appearances and pride. The auctioneer's voice boomed through the crowd. "Who'll take the next one? Strong worker, healthy, quiet." He yanked at her arm, spinning her for the men to see. Clara's heart cracked with each insult that flew from their lips. "Cover that one back up," someone jeered. "Ain't no man desperate enough for that." She closed her eyes, praying for it to end, praying for someone, anyone, to see more than what they said she was. Then, just as the final bid was about to fall silent, a low, steady voice broke through the noise. "I'll take her." The crowd turned. A tall man stood at the edge of the stage, his hat pulled low over piercing eyes that seemed to burn through the lies around them. His name was Colton Reeves, a cowboy known for his quiet strength and a heart no one could read. He wasn't the richest man, but every soul in Willow Creek knew he had a spine of steel and a moral compass that never bent for the crowd. "You don't even know what she looks like," one of the men laughed. Colton stepped closer, unbothered. "Ain't bidding on a face. I'm bidding on a person." The auctioneer smirked and shoved Clara forward. "She's yours then, cowboy. Don't say we didn't warn you." Colton didn't flinch. He reached up, untied the ropes that bound her wrists, and took her hand in his. The touch was gentle, steady, something she hadn't felt in years. "You're safe now," he said softly. Clara's breath hitched. No one had said those words to her, not once. But as he led her away, the murmurs followed. "He's gone mad!" someone spat. "Wait till he sees her face." They walked in silence until they reached the edge of town. The sky was bruised with sunset, painting the world in gold and crimson. Colton stopped beside his horse and turned toward her. "You don't have to wear that sack anymore," he said. "Not around me." Clara froze, clutching the edge of the burlap with trembling fingers. You don't want to see me," she whispered. "I'm not what people call pretty." His expression softened. "I'm not asking what people call you, Clara. I'm asking who you are." Tears welled in her eyes. For so long her reflection had been her punishment. But something in his voice made her believe she might still be worth more than shame. Slowly, she lifted the sack from her head. The air hit her skin, cool and sharp. Her golden hair spilled free, her cheeks flushed with fear and hope. She couldn't bring herself to meet his eyes. But Colton's silence wasn't cruel, it was reverent. He stepped closer, his voice a whisper. "You're beautiful." Clara shook her head, the words too foreign to trust. "No one's ever said that." "Then they've all been blind," he said simply. "Because I see a woman who's been strong enough to survive a world that tried to break her." Her tears fell freely now, mixing with the dust on her cheeks. "Why are you doing this?" she asked, voice breaking. He smiled faintly. "Because when I saw you standing there, I saw myself. I know what it's like to be judged before you're known. I've been called too rough, too poor, too stubborn to love. But you're brave. You didn't run even when they mocked you." He knelt before her then, the earth crunching softly beneath his knee. From his vest pocket, he pulled a simple silver ring, worn but polished, gleaming with sincerity. "I didn't come to buy a woman," he said. "I came to find the one who still believes love can exist in a place like this. Clara May, will you marry me?" The world seemed to stop. The fading sun bathed them in amber light, the sound of the wind carrying away every cruel word ever spoken against her. Her heart pounded with disbelief, joy, and fear all at once. "You don't even know me," she whispered. "I know enough," he replied. "I know you're kind. I know you deserve more than what they gave you. And I know I can spend a lifetime proving that you're worth everything they said you weren't." Her trembling fingers reached out, and as he slipped the ring onto her hand, the burlap sack fell to the ground, symbolic, final, freeing. For the first time she smiled, truly smiled. The pain of her past didn't vanish, but it began to heal. Around them, the world was quiet, except for the soft rustle of wind through the grass. She looked into his eyes and saw not pity, but love, steady, genuine, unafraid. That day, the gossipers of Willow Creek had something new to whisper about. Not the ugly girl who wasn't worth bidding for, but the woman who made a cowboy kneel beneath the setting sun. And as they rode away together, Clara looked back only once, to the place where her shame had ended and her story had begun. In that moment, she wasn't too fat, too ugly, or too unwanted. She was loved. She was chosen, and for the first time she was free.